Right now, something far more precise than chance is happening. Out of all the noise, out of every video you could have scrolled to, this one found you. Not the algorithm, not coincidence, but alignment. Some messages don't chase people. They wait until awareness ripens. And when that happens, they arrive. Once. Because truth doesn't repeat itself. It simply lands, takes root, and transforms you quietly from within. This isn't just another video on your screen. It's a meeting point between your readiness and what the universe has been trying to tell you for a while. Every question, every restlessness, every silent tug that's been circling your mind has brought you right here, to this exact moment of contact. Each of us carries open loops, lessons half learned, feelings unresolved, patterns replaying. This message exists to close one of them. By the time it ends, something in you will settle. Not loudly, but permanently. You might think you clicked on this video by chance, that it just happened to appear in your feed, like millions of others that come and go without meaning. But if you pause for a second, you'll realize that randomness doesn't feel like this. There's something unusually specific about this moment. Something in you recognized the energy before your mind could name it. See, the universe doesn't send signs to everyone at once. It filters them. And that filtering isn't happening somewhere outside of you. It's happening through you. Your mind, your awareness, your emotions, they all act like lenses, sharpening only what you're ready to notice. This isn't mysticism. It's how consciousness works. Science calls it selective attention, the ability of the brain to ignore billions of signals every second and spotlight only what aligns with your current focus, belief, or emotional state. Think of it like this. You buy a new car, and suddenly you start seeing that same model everywhere. At traffic lights, on billboards, in parking lots. It feels like the universe just multiplied that car overnight. But it didn't. Those cars were always there. The difference is, you became able to see them. That's how awareness operates. Reality doesn't rearrange itself to suit your readiness. Readiness simply reveals what was hidden all along. The timing of this message has less to do with luck and more to do with you finally tuning to its frequency. For weeks, maybe months, subtle signals have been orbiting around you. Random phrases catching your attention, numbers repeating, people saying things that echoed your own thoughts. You probably brushed them off as coincidence, but they were calibration points. Small reminders nudging your focus toward clarity. Each moment brought you a little closer to this one. When consciousness is ready, the message appears. Not because it was created for you at that moment, but because you finally rose to meet it. And that's the quiet beauty of timing. The moment you stop forcing clarity to come, it appears on its own. So no, this isn't a random click. This isn't just another video lost in the scroll. It's the reflection of your current state of awareness. The mirror that appears only when you're ready to see your own face in it. You didn't summon this message. You simply became capable of recognizing it. Transformation isn't a single moment of revelation. It's a living system, one that unfolds quietly inside you, long before you can explain what's happening. It begins the moment new energy or information enters your awareness. That's the input phase, the instant something resonates deeply, even if you can't yet understand why. It could be a word, a conversation, a small decision, or a message like this. You feel a subtle spark, a vibration beneath thought, and that's when the system activates. Then comes the processing phase. And this is where most people panic. Things start feeling uncertain. The thoughts that once made sense begin to fall apart. Old motivations lose their meaning. What you used to chase suddenly feels heavy, while what you used to fear starts pulling you closer. It's tempting to call this chaos, but it isn't. It's reorganization. The system is recalibrating itself to match a higher level of awareness. You might feel restless, disconnected, or emotionally raw during this time. But those sensations aren't signs of failure. They're proof that something deep inside you is being rewritten. The same way your body aches when muscles rebuild, your mind and soul ache when old beliefs dissolve. You're not lost. You're being recoded. And then, almost imperceptibly, comes the integration phase. You don't announce it. You don't even notice it happening. One day, you just wake up and realize that what once triggered you no longer does. The question that haunted you suddenly feels irrelevant. You start making decisions from calm instead of fear. That's integration. When the energy that once felt foreign now feels natural. When understanding stops being external knowledge and becomes internal truth. This entire cycle, input, processing, integration, is how transformation sustains itself. It doesn't need fireworks or dramatic breakthroughs. It happens in whispers, through timing so precise that only stillness can recognize it. The universe rarely shouts. It signals. It doesn't send obvious announcements. It rearranges your awareness so subtly that by the time you notice, you're already standing in a new version of yourself. So if life feels uncertain right now, don't assume you've fallen off your path. The unease you feel isn't the end of clarity. It's the beginning of alignment. What looks like confusion is your inner architecture rebuilding itself. Transformation doesn't ask you to understand every step. It asks you to trust the system, because it's already working inside you. Some things in life are meant to appear only once, and that's precisely what makes them powerful. A moment, a sentence, a person, even a single look. They enter, shift something fundamental inside you, and then quietly disappear. They don't return because they don't need to. Their work is done. They were never meant to stay. They were meant to activate. We often believe that meaning comes from permanence, that something has to last, to matter. But that's not how energy works. Transformation doesn't measure depth in time. It measures it in impact. 1 second of true recognition can rewrite a decade of confusion. One honest conversation can do more than years of pretending. A single realization can reorient an entire life. That's what I call energetic efficiency. The universe's way of using the least amount of repetition to create the maximum amount of growth. It doesn't waste experiences. It sends what's necessary once and trusts you to integrate it. When a message lands completely, it doesn't need to echo. When a person delivers the exact energy your growth required, they often drift away afterward. Not out of loss, but because their frequency has completed its exchange with yours. Think of it like a spark. A spark doesn't stay to become the fire. It disappears the moment its work is done. But without it, the fire would never have started. The same happens with the brief but unforgettable moments in your life. Those 5-minute conversations that changed how you see yourself. The random encounters that awakened courage. The small heartbreaks that made space for authenticity. They come, they ignite, they dissolve. We struggle because we confuse endings with emptiness. We think something valuable should return, repeat, or last. But in truth, when something ends right after it changes you, that's not abandonment. That's completion. It's the universe signaling that the exchange was perfect, in duration and purpose. If you could see energy the way the soul sees it, you'd understand that nothing truly disappears. It only shifts form. The people who left left their essence behind. The moments that passed imprinted their codes within you. And the messages that once felt external have now become part of your internal guidance system. That's why this message, too, may never find you again. Because once it activates what it came to awaken, its purpose is fulfilled. Quietly, completely, and forever. The shift from searching to embodying is one of the quietest, yet most profound transitions you'll ever experience. It's the moment you stop chasing meaning outside yourself and start recognizing that what you've been looking for has been whispering within you all along. For a long time, you've been in search mode, reading, listening, watching, collecting fragments of wisdom from 1,000 different sources. And while searching once served you, there comes a point when constant seeking turns into subtle avoidance, a way of staying busy so you never have to truly become what you've already learned. We live in a world addicted to consumption, not just of things, but of ideas. More books, more podcasts, more spiritual advice, more ways to fix ourselves. It feels like growth, but it's often just movement without direction. Every new insight gives a small rush, but it fades because it never has time to settle. The search becomes endless because it replaces embodiment. The mind keeps asking for the next sign, the next method, the next truth, when in reality, what you already have needs stillness, not stimulation. Real growth doesn't come from finding the next piece of knowledge. It comes from letting the existing one take root. Integration begins when you stop collecting meaning and start living it. When you pause long enough for truth to stop being theory and start becoming behavior. Transformation isn't about memorizing wisdom. It's about embodying it so deeply that it shows up in your choices without effort. Imagine a seed. For a while, it's protected inside its shell, gathering nourishment and preparing for what's next. But once the seed breaks open, it no longer needs the shell. What once protected it would now restrict it. Searching is that shell, essential in the beginning, but eventually it must fall away for growth to happen. When you finally stop reaching outward, you create space for inward expansion. The energy that was once scattered in all directions begins to consolidate. Clarity replaces confusion, and peace begins to feel more natural than doubt. You stop chasing lessons and start living as their proof. So if you've been feeling tired of searching, that's not failure. That's readiness. It means you've gathered enough light to stop seeking the sun outside and realize it's already burning within you. Integration in practice is where transformation quietly turns from idea to reality. It's the stage where what you've heard stops being just words in your mind and starts becoming something you can feel in your body. It's where understanding leaves the page, the video, the conversation, and becomes part of how you move through life. And unlike what most people imagine, integration doesn't require grand gestures or dramatic change. It asks for presence, small, honest moments of stillness that allow what's true to take root. So before you scroll to the next thing, try this. Sit in silence for 1 full minute. No music, no distractions, no need to meditate the right way. Just breathe and notice which line or feeling from everything you've just heard lingers in your awareness. Don't chase it, let it come to you. Whatever stays, that's the message meant for you. It doesn't matter if it's a single word or a small realization. The point isn't to analyze it. The point is to let it land. Now, take a pen or open a note on your phone and write down 2 simple sentences. In the first, name one thing that has ended, something that no longer feels aligned. whether it's a habit, a thought, or a version of yourself. In the second, name one thing that's beginning. A new intention, a softer perspective, a way of showing up that feels more authentic. Don't overthink it. The words themselves aren't magic. Your awareness of them is. When you write them, you're signaling to your system that you're ready to embody what's changed. And if you want to take one final small step, type a single word in the comments that captures your current state. Ready. Release. Peace. Trust. Choose the one that feels real, not the one that sounds right. This isn't about performance or participation. It's about anchoring the energy of what's shifting inside you into something visible, something witnessed. Integration isn't loud. It doesn't need proof or validation. It's the quiet moment when you realize you're already standing in the awareness you were once searching for. The lessons don't disappear. They dissolve into you. Each breath, each choice, each pause becomes a reflection of what you've absorbed. And that's how you know transformation has completed its loop. Not when you can explain it, but when you start living it without trying. Redefining endings is one of the most liberating shifts you'll ever make. We grow up believing that when something ends, it's gone. That closure means loss, and loss means emptiness. But endings aren't erasures. They are absorptions. The energy of what mattered doesn't vanish. It becomes part of you, silently shaping the way you see, choose, and move forward. What leaves your life externally often continues living within you, only in a new form. Think about it. Every person you've ever loved, every conversation that opened your heart, every mistake that broke it a little wider, none of them truly disappeared. They've been absorbed into your consciousness, layered into your understanding of yourself. That's why you don't need to relive certain moments to feel their truth again. They're already encoded in your being. The universe doesn't take away what's complete. It integrates it so deeply that it no longer needs to appear on the surface. When something doesn't return, it's not rejection, it's graduation. It means the energy of that experience has already done its work. It has delivered its lesson, activated its frequency, and now lives through you instead of beside you. What once felt separate is now seamlessly a part of your story, your strength, your quiet knowing. We often resist this natural cycle. We crave repetition, another sign, another message, another confirmation. But real growth doesn't depend on repetition. It thrives on absorption. When an experience is truly integrated, the universe no longer needs to send it again. You've already embodied it. The need for return is replaced by the calm of recognition. And this realization brings us back here, to this moment, to this message. The reason it found you isn't so it can follow you forever. It came to deliver something precise, something that only your present self could understand. Once that understanding lands, this message won't need to find you again. Not because it's forgotten, but because it will live inside you, disguised as clarity, courage, or peace. So if you never stumble upon this video again, smile. That's not the end of the connection. That's the proof that it fulfilled its purpose. You don't lose what you integrate. You become it. And in that quiet becoming, endings stop feeling like loss. They start feeling like completion. You can feel it now. That quiet stillness that comes after something inside finally clicks into place. You don't need to rush toward another lesson or wait for another sign. The sign has already found you. It's here, resting in the space between your thoughts, shaping the way you'll move after this moment ends. Growth doesn't always look like motion. Sometimes it looks like stillness that finally feels safe. Whatever clarity has surfaced for you, protect it by keeping it gentle. You don't need to rebuild your whole life overnight. Just take one small action that aligns with this awareness. A single choice that feels lighter, truer, cleaner. That's how new energy anchors itself. Not through force, but through quiet, consistent truth. The change you've been waiting for doesn't begin someday. It begins now, with how softly you treat what you've just realized. And as this message prepares to fade, remember, it was never meant to stay. It wasn't made to follow you or repeat itself endlessly. It was meant to find you once, and then let you go. Because understanding doesn't echo, it settles. It dissolves into the rhythm of your life until it becomes indistinguishable from your own wisdom. If you feel a strange sense of peace, that's the loop closing, the signal completing its work. You don't need to hold on to this moment. It's already holding you. Let the words drift, let the silence expand, and trust that you're already standing in the clarity you were once searching for. This video found you when it needed to. Now it releases you, softly, completely, back into the flow of your own becoming.